Hello everyone, if you're new here, my name is Josh, and about half a year ago I was dropped off this tiny little micro machine car, which you'll have seen in the thumbnail. And today is officially the day that it is finished. I've been test driving it and it works. A whole lot of work has gone into it, but you can now officially finally see the car. Here it is. It's finally done. These are the wheels. These are what I've been trying to hide the whole time. I know they're not amazing, but they are brand new old stock, BBS RMs, never been mounted to anything. 15 by 6.5, 4 by 108, perfect for the Citroen Ami. Wasn't easy to fit, obviously. You know, if you've been keeping up with the channel, you know that the backs alone would never fit unless we did all of the work down here. If you've ever seen any Ami on the internet ever, they'll always be nose down like this. This is the main culprit. No one in the world has ever done this, so this is why it's taking so long, because it took all of my brain power to figure this out. Anyway, drop plate in the rear lifts the whole wheel up by 85mm before you even touch the suspension geometry. That is the main reason why it's so low, because usually the wheel would go forward into the arch, whereas this one, when you raise it up, the wheel goes backwards. Weird, but it's a sacrifice we have to make. Anyway, it's also been narrowed like, I don't know, like 2.5, 3 inches just to bring the wheel in. Bit of a nightmare, but it's a bolt-on application, so we didn't have to modify the chassis of the Ami itself. Important thing to note, this is not my car. I'm very fortunate to be in a position where I get to do stupid things to stupid cars that just make no sense. And I have great customers, but this is not my car. I've even had gifts because people think this car is mine. It's not my car, but I appreciate the gifts. Thank you, Grog. Everything you see here, that you can't see anything. It's all underneath the rear bumper. All the air suspension's in there. We're running 3P management, 2 compressors, the biggest tank in the world. You could probably fill the entire earth full of air. That's how big the tank is. It's running Builder Series shocks on the rear. It's running Subaru WRX struts on the front. Cut them all apart, modified them just so they would fit the Ami. Everything on this car has been a nightmare. If you've been watching the channel, keeping up with it, you'll know that I've had loads of issues with it. And that's why I can comfortably say that it's never going to be done again, because the brain power is just too much. Anyway, I'm very fortunate to be able to mess with a car like this, because I would never buy one. This car is brand new. It's done 700 miles now. I've probably done 100 miles itself. And I actually got to cut up a brand new car, which is a lot of people wouldn't do. But if you look inside of here, another reason to get the car so low is to tub the inner arches. So the wheels was obviously protruding into the body after we narrowed it. So we've had to tub the left and the right side just to allow the wheels to fit. I made them out of metal, bonded them in, and that's the only bit of metal in the interior of the car, because it is all plastic. This car is so much smaller in real life, you don't understand. The clearance on this car, it's ridiculous. You can't do anything with it. I thought that this car was going to be quick, simple, easy to do. And I even made a video about it. It's got 600 miles on it. It's going to be a doddle to work on. It's a waste of time that was. What a stupid video. It haunts me to this day. But we've done it. We've achieved something. We've finished it. And now we can actually go and drive it, put some miles on it. Only at 28 miles an hour, because these cars are limited to 28 miles an hour. Unfortunately. Compressors are a bit loud. Yeah. This is Max, this is cameraman. Say hi. Hi. Don't have a cameraman usually, and today I do, so I'm very grateful for it. But yeah, you can hear the compressors all kicking in. Everything underneath here is going to vibrate. There's not a lot I can do about it. It is literally so thin and so plasticky. What are you going to do? It's a little micro machine car made to do 30 miles an hour. So this is full height. So we've got quite a lot of ground clearance on it, but obviously we don't drive at that. So if you drop it down to the preset max, you can see what we actually drive at. We've got it quite low on the back. bit of clearance on the front. We can drop the front if we want. Dealing with quite a low pressure PSI in the system. The airlift works, but there's not a lot of air in the bags, which actually makes the car very comfortable. It's actually an improvement to what it was from the factory. So we've actually not only made it look cooler, we've also made it a lot better to drive. So upgrades. Right, been having problems with the front of this. The car is so light that it almost doesn't want to, how do I explain it, go low. But I figured it out. Sometimes the floor isn't flat, and that's why it doesn't look low, and then sometimes it is flat, and this is why it does actually air out fully. So we're on the floor. Unfortunately, this car is top spec. You know, it's got the sticker pack and the arches. Yeah, your normal Ami won't be like that, and that actually makes it look like it's got arch cap from a distance, which is so annoying, but it is what it is. The range on this, and a lot of people ask about how the compressor is going to drain the range. This has a big battery for the power of the motor, and it also has a little battery for like the lights and etc, etc. That compressor is run off the little battery, so the compressors don't drain the range. Messing about with the compressors a lot to fit around this car. I've still not charged that battery. I've probably put loads of power through it. It's fine, doesn't kill the range, and we can actually see we have 40 miles of range here, so that's almost fully charged. Let's go for a drive and we will see what it drives like. Dead animal. It works well. I mean, we're only limited to 28 mile an hour, so you know, you're not going to break any speed limits. Comfort-wise, it's usually pretty crashy, and in this, it just absorbs all of the bumps, and it's a much bigger improvement. Now, if you probably want to do this to your Ami, it's probably going to cost the same amount you spent on the Ami buying it from new. So like I said before, we have a couple of presets. Low one, 2-person preset, which is what we're on now. 40 in the back, 15 in the front. This is your normal preset for normal driving, and then the middle one is a low preset. 10 in the front, 20 in the back. Which is, like I say, it's a benefit to the comfort of the car. They're notorious for being awful at being comfortable. I mean, they're literally made in Morocco, I think it is. Very cheaply made. It's literally some metal and plastic, like almost hot glued together. Airlift has actually improved it considerably. I think Pete, the guy that owns it, put a picture up here. He's going to be over the moon because it looks good. We've made it a lot better. I mean, his bank account might be a lot better, but you know, it's good for him. I can't wait to get people asking me from Brazil for the next 20 years how I lowered an Ami, because, like I say, the rear, I don't think anyone is going to do in any quick form. Like, that took a lot of figuring out, but achieved it. I got there, and it just works, and I'm super happy. Very good. Works just like a car. And Pete, you're welcome. Electric cars unite. Right, look at your door. It's on the floor, isn't it? Check it out. Is it blowing your mind?
That is blowing my mind.
It's big inside, isn't it? Oh, is that your handbrake? No, the customer owns it. It's disabled, so he only has one leg. He got hit off his motorbike. Right. So we have 2 accelerator pedals. Look.
Ah.
Left foot accelerator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Nice.
Look over to it.
Well, man.
Do you like it?
Did pimp up in it?
Yeah. Probably. Well, it's electric, so it goes instantly.
It doesn't run like.
No,
It's on airbags.
it goes up and down. Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes low. Did you not see it drop down when we parked up?
I didn't know, but that is sick. I'm taking a photo of that. Is that alright?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine, mate. It gets a lot of attention. So much attention. Old people, young people, everyone loves it. That thing is ridiculous. I'm in the bus's spot now, sorry. To realise? You just aired out in front of the bus stop as well. It's just where you air out your car, right? Let's go drive it again. So, once we've stopped annoying the locals, I'll explain to you that there is another pedal in this car, and that's for Pete, because Pete has one leg and he has a left foot accelerator. So, there you go. There's the accelerator. There's your left foot. So he's missing his right foot. So I'm gonna drive it left foot. Probably feels weird because you're just stamping on the clutch. It's so weird. I can't get used to it. That was totally unplanned. I actually nearly just crashed this on the road test. I do apologise.
Like that, so like that, like that, so that, so like that,
Now, I've already filmed this outro once, but the sound got ruined, and it was just me and Max talking about the car after we finished it. So I'm going to shout out Max, Low Life Max. Thank you very much for helping me film. Charlie helped me film a couple of more rollers the other day, and appreciate you too. Different style of video, this one. I've had people help me film, and I think the outcome is a lot better. I spent a lot of time editing the video because I was more prepared for it, basically. It wasn't just rushed last minute, you know what I mean? But yeah, car 99% finish. I got to fit spacers. I got to get it tracked. I got to fix the brake light. The brake light in the video you see, I've only got one brake light. I broke a connector during the process and it needs deep pinning and redoing because something's not working there. I'm not quite sure why, but there we go. That's all I've got to really finish. Apart from up the pressure in the rear bags, set up the dampening a little bit harder. The dampening on the rear is like full soft at the minute. So when you're driving and you put your foot down, it does look like it's doing a wheelie and you're literally sat on the rear suspension. The battery is pretty much on the rear suspension. Everything is, all the weight is in the rear of the car. Like pretty much everything is in the rear of the car. So I think I'm gonna put a bit of extra pressure in the rear preset, make it not sit so far back and not look like it's doing a wheelie. I didn't realize that until I see the video when I was editing it because I've not seen it from the outside. But yeah, happy with the car. I think the overall outcome has, it's been really good. There was moments where I didn't think the car was ever going to be done because the tolerances and the amount of work and thinking and measuring and trial and error just to get this thing to work, it's been honestly a pain. So if you want to see all of that, I'm going to put a link in the description because they've made a playlist of the Ami build from start to finish. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe, leave a like on this video, comment, tell me all the stuff that I did wrong and how much of a waste of time it was. I know there's going to be a lot of people who just don't understand why, but I say why not? It's a bit of a laugh and I think the overall outcome is very good. So yeah, we got there in the end. As of right this second, a couple hours time, Thursday afternoon, I will be going to go look and take away an abandoned Japanese car. Sort of a rare but nobody cares, very ugly, but worth pulling out of its hellhole because it's a bit weird. And to be honest, I've never seen one. I've seen a picture of the boot and the number plate. That is it. So yeah, I'm obviously gonna go film that and take you along with me and I will show you what happens. So I'm gonna leave it here. Thanks all for watching. Like I say, comment, like, subscribe, do all that. Have a good weekend and I will see you next week. Thank you very much. Goodbye.